sir, what it is. This is Clutching Around Sports Talk. Welcome back, my peoples. First and foremost, I want to say thank everybody, the 1,001K subscribers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And we just getting started.
Yeah, just getting started, man. Thank you everybody, man, for subscribing for us, man. It's something we just started. You know, brothers want to get together and just talk sports. Just shoot the, you know what it is. So anyway, thank you guys. Love y'all. Keep subscribing. Keep commenting. We really want to hear what you have to say. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get into the show today. This is episode 3, right? So man, we're gonna start this off with the NBA playoffs, right? So the Clippers and Suns, man, that series is over. 4-2, Suns win. They advance to the NBA Finals. Chris Paul, this is his first NBA Finals in 16 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, that's even crazier to understand that this man been playing for 16 years and is finally now advancing to his first NBA Finals. So what I want to do right now is I just want to get y'all's opinion on what y'all think about Chris Paul finally advancing to his first NBA Finals in 16 years. I'll start with Wayne.
I think my boy on a mission. Like, he's honestly on a mission. Even though we've been saying it for the past couple of weeks that the playoffs are pretty much a war of attrition. So every team has dealt with injuries. But if we being honest, the best teams left are the ones that are the most healthy, which is what Phoenix and Milwaukee now has the lead in that series 3-2 because they won last night.
Right.
So those are the two better teams in the playoffs left. And Phoenix is just looking like right now, if we judging by the playoffs, according to the way the playoffs are going, they look like a powerhouse. Because I mean they have a young upcoming superstar. They have a veteran leader in Chris Paul. They have a hungry team. They have great role players. They have a very good coach. Shout out to Monty Williams, man.
Shout out to Monty Williams.
I'm actually very, very happy for Chris Paul, man. Especially seeing him come from Houston and feeling like we had a chance when he was here to win one, and to finally see him get over that hump. I'm extremely happy for Chris Paul. So yeah, I feel good about it. If I was a betting man, I'd put my money on CP and the Suns to come out the finals. Gotcha. I know I said last week that it could be the Bucks, but I mean we'll get into that with the injuries and stuff, and I'll get you to understand why I changed my mind. I'm allowed to change my mind, but I just I'm allowed to change my mind. I don't have take integrity. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I go by what I see is an advantage. So and right now it looks like Phoenix has the advantage. So if I was a betting man, once again, I'd put my money on Phoenix.
So AJ, what you got for me? What do you think about Chris Paul finally making it to his first NBA Finals in 16 years?
It took him 16 years for everything to line up right for the young man, and it did finally.
I like how you called him.
I was hoping earlier with the Rockets, but it didn't. So, but this year it did. So it is what it is. Proud of the kid, man. One thing I like about him, he got that angry attitude. He bites you on the kneecap, fight you, disturb the peace. That's my type of fellas. Them the type of fellas I want to go to war with. Then he played big in big moments. I don't like. See, this is why I don't crown a lot of people.
41 in game 2.
What they do. He came big. You take his points away from that last game, they nothing. They ain't not even in the game.
Right. Wow, so, not even in the game.
They're not even in the game. I give Chris his just due, man. It lined up right for him. Maybe this year he can get his. I'm pulling for him.
I mean, I see him actually winning a title this year. And to be perfectly honest with you, man, it would be storybook for Chris Paul to win a title right now, especially with the issues that he's had as far as after he left Houston. I would say, with Houston, yeah.
He had injuries
with Houston, but really afterwards, getting traded to Oklahoma City, that was a place where his career was supposed to die.
That was ugly.
Was it really though? Because that was a team that wasn't supposed to make the playoffs before he got there. They were rebuilding.
Well, they had a savvy vet.
Exactly.
They just had a savvy vet.
I know, but the savvy vet got them all the way past got them to the first round. Got them to a game 7 against a team that everybody thought was a team that was a candidate to win the NBA championship.
And he did, but hey, they didn't have enough firepower in Oklahoma, and they still won't.
I mean, so the one question I want to get into, and I'll actually start this question off with you, Jay, is what does this say about CP3 if he gets a ring before James Harden?
Man, let's just take Harden out. Since you put Harden in the equation. The man work harder than Harden. The man proved himself. I bet you $5 Harden be in Houston
Boy, he been waiting to get
turkey
into
leg
his
hunt
bag.
this week. He fades in the wrong time.
Yeah.
He put up good games in the season.
Right.
Playoffs, he's hurt, jacking up balls. He's 6 for 33. That's not what I need.
So you saying
as a leader.
James is a regular season baller?
Man, who does he get along with? He didn't like Chris Paul. He didn't like the big guy. Who did he like?
I mean, he got along with Russ. They just couldn't play together.
They didn't like each other. They was crying then.
No, they get along. They childhood friends. I think they just realized that their styles don't work together.
Nobody's styles work with Russ, but anyway.
Bradley Beal did all right.
Anyway,
I will say this. I will say this. When it comes to the point of Russell Westbrook and James Harden, what was documented was they were in the bubble. They were playing LA in the second round. They were supposed to be at film study, and every player was supposed to schedule their COVID, testing at a certain time. Well,
and let me guess.
James decided to schedule his during film study. Russ went to D'Antoni and said, "Hey, let's start the film study." He said, "Hey, we can't do that. We have to wait on James." Russ got irritated with that because he felt as if, hey, at the end of the day, we're in the second round. We're trying to beat a Los Angeles Lakers team that's determined to win a championship here. We don't have time to wait on, anybody to get here. We got to start it off. And so he didn't like the fact that, James was getting catered to in that way.
Can't work with friends. Some friends you just can't work with.
Exactly. So
that's as simple as that.
I think that's what it was.
It wasn't just about friends. It was more to that. James had a high horse, and they catered to him. Just if you stop
with that narrative,
if you stop a plane just so James can come aboard an hour late.
Yeah, that goes with the narrative. Is what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. I agree. But that goes with as a friend because Russ and James are friends outside of basketball. Sometimes you can't work with them.
They might not be friends anymore after that. I don't know.
I think
it's just, I strongly believe that. Like it's some guys you just can't work with. Like I can love you as a friend, I can love you as a person, and I know that what kind of person you are. But I know that your work ethic ain't as strong as mine, and I'm gonna let you know like I can't work with you.
You can stay with that narrative. I ain't gonna go with that narrative. That sound like an alibi. That's what that is.
Is that really an alibi?
Yeah, that's like mama. Oh, he goes to sleep because he ate that candy. Now daddy come there and hit you with that belt. You gonna not gonna lay it down, huh? Yeah, that's an alibi. We gonna go. I ain't giving Harden no alibi.
So does this mean that
I'm in no way giving him an out though? I want you to
right.
I'm in no way giving him an out.
Because does this mean at the end of the day that CP3 proved Harden wrong as far as
I think CP3 just proved himself right. I don't want to say he proved Harden wrong. I think he just proved himself right. I don't think he worried about James Harden.
I don't think nobody worried about that part. I thought CP3 wanted the team up with the guy to win, and Harden obviously just wanted showcase. And he do his normal thing, fade
James
off
Harden,
at the end.
He wanted. So I had a list that I wanted to compose. I don't know if I'm ready to give all my names of that list yet, but it's a list that I like to call. It's called More Than a Guy, but Not That Guy.
Come on,
it's basically a list of guys that I feel like are stars. They could be a number one on their team, maybe a number two, but if you count on them to lead you to a championship, you're gonna fall short every time. I got a few guys on the list.
So they need accessories.
They need
accessories.
And it's a few guys on the list they need it. It's a few guys that.
So why he getting paid $208 million?
Can run a team. And they just dogs and they can run a team by themselves and they don't really need a lot of help. But nowadays everybody needs a lot of help. We'll get into that later with the super teams. But I feel like it's a few guys though. If you just if the playing field was level and everybody wasn't worried about teaming up and getting help from somebody else, then I feel like it's only a few guys that can be like, this is my team. I could beat anybody that you put on the court against us. But it ain't too many guys like that. It's a lot of not that guy guys.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. That would bring us another fact.
What's the fact?
This league is watered down.
Yo, listen. We're going to save that energy for the cast your pick. We're going to definitely do that because we got a crazy cast your pick this week. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch into the next round because the Suns are already advanced. We already know what it is with them. But now we get to see who they're going to be facing in the NBA Finals. Either it's going to be Milwaukee Bucks or it's going to be the Atlanta Hawks. So what I want to know is I want to shift off to Wayne right now. Who do you think is going to win in that series? What advantages do you feel like one team has over the other when it comes to this series? Once
again, it's another series where both teams dealing with injuries, and they dealing with injuries from their star players. Like, it's just war of attrition, man. And it's almost taken away from the NBA playoffs, but not so much because there have been some really, really good games, some competitive games. But it's taken away because you don't see the star power. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a hobbled LeBron, you see a hobbled Donovan Mitchell, you see a hobbled Chris Paul for a few games, you see Devin Booker with a face mask on because he broke his nose because Patrick Beverly wanted to play football.
Don't give him alibi.
I ain't giving him no alibi. I'm not giving alibi.
Don't give him alibi.
I'm not giving nobody outs. I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying it just sucks to see so many injuries. You know, the Giannis injury.
It really does. But at the same point, token, they suiting up. They gotta play.
Yeah, they playing, but I mean, look at the product though you putting out.
Yeah,
I mean,
watered down.
That's
league.
It's like your car, right? It's just like your car. If you know, like you got an issue with your car, but you saying I still got to go to work. You know, you gonna get in that car and drive it,
even if it is banged.
If it's banged up, even if you know you needed oil change.
That's facts,
right?
That's fact.
But you gonna get mad at your car if it break down? Or
Yeah,
if it don't
I'm gonna be mad at it.
Why? You already know it's messed up.
I'm still be mad at it. I'm gonna kick a tire or something. I might take a fender off. I'm still gonna be mad at it.
So why? You already knew. You knew when you got into that car it was messed up.
I'm looking at, and then if it's all the way messed up, got beats and dents, and I'm gonna look over at that Mercedes, I'm really gonna be mad.
now you jealous.
Well,
now you jealous.
So here's the thing, AJ. Do you feel as if injuries are just? It's fair to say injuries are just part of the game.
Well, injuries played a big part in any sport, any year, any given year, every time.
Because most people like to say that there's an asterisk by this series because
I can't give them an asterisk. If you're gonna give them an asterisk for this, you'll give an asterisk for just about every year.
Every year, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
right.
so we'll cut that out.
That's why I'm believing that. That's why I'm believing that about with the bubble. Remember?
Right, yeah.
With the Lakers.
No, they won. Check this out though. If you had a bunch of major injuries this year at one time, it's like it was smooth sailing. Then all of a sudden, everybody just started going out left and right like clockwork, and it ain't fair for the viewers. It ain't fair for the team.
No, it's not.
Right.
But it must be done. It's business as usual.
So at this point in time, even with those injuries playing a part, Ice Trae being out right now, Giannis being out, right? Where do you see the advantages coming from? Who do you feel like is going to take this series?
I think since Trae out, Trae was the only real pure scorer for the Hawks. Mm-hmm. He the only guy I could count on, and he was a sleeper then, but he proved himself. Mm-hmm. And now Giannis being out, Bucks still have the same problem they've been having. Is this the shot going to go in or not?
Well, I want to
that's their problem.
I don't want to move past that though.
That's their problem. Did you see the difference when they was giving Brook Lopez the ball?
Yeah.
Then I tell you this.
Let's talk about that.
Let's tell you this. 7'1" guy. Yeah. 6'8" guys on your kneecaps, and you shooting fadeaway threes. Yeah. This is not common sense. I had to go down here and
He did have a career high 33 points last
year. And most of it was in the paint, which is what we've been saying.
This is what he need to do.
Which is what we've been saying the whole playoffs. Every series we've been saying the same thing. The Bucks really could be sweeping everybody, bro.
This doesn't make logical sense.
It don't. Listen, we on the same page, bro. I'm just like we literally it proved the theory when Giannis went out the game. He went inside and they started scoring. He shot 2 threes.
He
shot 2 threes.
Even when Giannis in the game, you can run a high-low with Giannis. That's what gives me another question about this coaching in the NBA. Y'all like to give praise to coaches. I seriously doubt we just got a bunch of handlers around here. I think we got a bunch of babysitters. If you
babysitters,
when your team shooting 40, 50 threes and you missing and ain't nobody on the bench being held accountable for, what I supposed to tell you? You doing a good job?
No, listen,
you ain't doing a good job. You just sitting back going,
I get you.
I hope that my guys get hot.
That's true.
That's not coaching. I need to see some Phil Jackson. I need to see somebody held accountable. I need somebody getting your face.
Don't say you need to see Phil Jackson.
I need to see some Pat Riley.
Phil Jackson is the coach that invented when you giving up when the other team's going on a run. He's not calling the timeout to bail you out. He makes you figure it out. So that's you.
That's coaching. That's coaching.
Is it?
If you making these guys,
because that's basically the same thing you just said.
Wayne,
that's
time out, Wayne.
Basically the same thing you just said.
Let's roll back. If you come in the huddle and you trying to make your team figure out what they doing wrong, if Think about it. You making them figure out what they did wrong.
No, he's not coming back to the huddle. He's not calling timeout. You know, hold on. When the team go on an 8-0 run or a 10-0 run, 12-0 run, Phil Jackson is notorious for not calling the timeout on it. He makes his team play through that, and he makes them figure it out on the court. He don't call timeout, run up a play for them to get a quick bucket or adjust on the defense. He makes them figure it out. That's not coaching, bro.
Listen,
and that's going with the same thing that you just said. As far as if they putting up 10, 15 threes and they missing.
Listen,
they're not changing it.
If he get to a point in the series where he says, I think these guys need to learn that this loss here gonna teach them something in the future. That's coaching. Now, if you just sitting back, you just okay. I got a 7-foot guy shooting 3-point over 6'3"
That's the game now, bro.
That's not coaching.
Because to AJ's point,
that's not
that
coaching.
could be looked at as genius.
That's not coaching.
Let your guy. You have that much faith and trust in your guys to where they're able to figure it out themselves.
How could that be? But that's what I'm saying. So how could that be looked at? Hold on. How could that be looked at as genius and letting your guys play the game that they're used to playing? The way the game is played today is now everybody shoots threes. It's positionless basketball.
Okay.
So if you shooting 15, 20 threes and you missing them, and the coach ain't making no adjustment or he not changing, he's telling you to figure it out. Is that not the same thing? That's basically like you said last week.
That's not the same thing.
Glorified pickup basketball.
That's not the same thing. It's different because I'm telling you, he holding these guys accountable. You guarantee he on the bench telling them some things. He in the boardroom and everything telling them things. Now, if you come in like these new coaches and guys shooting 50, you ain't putting them on the bench. You ain't dictating nothing. You just there. What is you? You a glorified handler. You're not no coach.
But before we move on, I will say this, and also to make Wayne's point too, Budenholzer cannot allow Giannis to take any type of 3-point shot in the first half, first quarter of a game, at all, because that's not your shot. So at the end of the day, that's not coaching.
That's not coaching.
That's babysitting.
I'm starting to, but we gotta start accepting that coaches nowadays, bro, have accepted the way the players play, bro. Like you still gotta, at the end of the day, bro, as a coach, because I am a coach. So at the end of the day, they still gotta go out there and play, bro.
Wait, I was a coach.
I get it, but you telling your guys how to play, and every mistake they make, you ready to put them.
No.
You gotta allow guys to play, bro. Make mistakes and figure it out.
Yes, that's why I got a lot of intense practice and a lot of other things to count for this, but. If Giannis shooting 30% from 3-point line in regular season, he's shooting 18% in playoffs. Mm-hmm. But he's 7 foot, respectively. Mm-hmm. So 9 times out of 10, a guy 6'5" to 6'6" gonna be holding right. Mm-hmm. Why are we shooting threes? Why?
Because that's the game now, AJ.
Why are we going dive to the baskets with turnaround? Why are you shooting fadeaways? That can't be your answer. It's just a game.
It is. Let me tell you what, the same thing. The same thing we getting on Giannis about. We saying why he's shooting threes. We getting mad that Ben Simmons don't do it. You know that?
Ben Simmons can't shoot. At least he got common sense to know he can't shoot.
It's not that he can't, he won't.
He can't shoot.
How you know?
That's why he won't shoot.
We don't know that. He won't shoot.
It could be mental.
Well, he got a lot of mental too, but he can't shoot. He has no skill out there.
I wouldn't say that. I would say he can, he just won't. It's a difference between can't and won't.
Big difference.
Shot can be worked on.
Yes.
You can develop a shot.
Yeah, but it's only so much you can't develop the attitude.
Well, that's the won't.
He obviously he don't want it. He had time in college from now to develop it, and now you 4-5 years in pro, and you think you just gonna all of a sudden develop it? Man, come on, man. Some of this stuff is just overrated players getting too much publicity for what they're not. That's just call it what it is. Quit trying to say, well, yada. No, just call it what it is. It's sticks and stones. It ain't nuclear physics.
Well, hey, look, I'll say this before we hop into the next one, because the next one we're gonna talk about Scottie Pippen really quickly. But I will say this, not gonna touch too much on it, but. Now there is rumor that Jalen Green could possibly go above Cade Cunningham as the #1 draft pick. I told y'all last week Jalen Green was the guy to look out for. The Rockets at this point, and I know Wayne said to give up the #2 pick, trade it,
give it up.
But at the same time, if you're gonna go with anybody, those are the 2 guys you have to go with. Houston, Raphael Stone. Listen. We talking to you, Rockets fans all over the world. hey, man, you can't go wrong with these guys. Do not trade the pick away.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to be honest, those are the two best options. They don't need a big. They don't need a big, and they don't need. But they don't need another guard. So that's why. And I feel like Jalen Green's a guard. But if Jalen goes number 1 and Cade falls number 2, like I kind of wanted the Rockets to get, then hey, it's right there for you.
Hey,
right there for the taking.
Hey, if Jalen Green is good as you say he is, right?
Oh, Jalen hooping.
Okay, if he's good as you say he is, you know what Bob Knight told the Houston Rockets owner?
What he told?
The guy said, I needed a center. He said, well, get Michael Jordan. He said, I don't need a guard. I need a center. He said, well, play him in center. He didn't listen. You see what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
You get what I'm putting down?
I get you. I get you.
Some things you just can't. But I watched some tape. I watched a little tape last week on Jalen Green. He have some good pointers, strong pointers, but I'm still not sold. I'm still not sold on none of these picks coming out being the dog that you can build around. I'm not sold on that. I'm just not gonna be sold on that.
I like that opinion.
So here's the deal, man. We'll revisit that come NBA draft.
Get a little
time,
closer
man.
to the draft. Yeah.
Definitely revisit that. But we want to talk about Scottie Pippen real quick. So before we get into that, we're gonna actually play a clip of what Scottie had to say, and we're gonna only brief part of what his interview was, but we're gonna talk about the comments he made about Phil Jackson being a racist.
Help me understand the GQ article where you talked about the 1994 playoff game when you refused to go back in the game and Phil set up the play for Tony Kukoc.
Oh, I mean, there's not much to be said if you go back and look at when Scottie Pippen entered the Bulls and when Tony Kukoc entered the Bulls and who deserved the last shot of the game.
No, I understand that, Scottie. I'm just going by what you said. You said you need to read between the fine lines, and then you go on to say it was a racial move to give him, Tony Kukoc, a ride.
So, I mean, if you knew that Scottie Pippen had been with the Bulls from 87, battled through the Pistons, and every other team that we had to get to those 3 championships, wouldn't you give Scottie Pippen one opportunity to get a last-second shot without Michael Jordan? Like, 1 year without Michael Jordan. Can I get one shot? Like, I'm doing all the dirty work.
Well, all of that I understand from the basketball standpoint. But when you say a racial move...
Well, why would Tony, who was a rookie, get the last-second shot and you put me up for bounds? That's what I mean, racial. Like, that was Scottie Pippen's team.
But
Scottie
Phil
Pippen
then,
was on pace to be an MVP that year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why would you put him in a position not to be successful? Why would you put him in a position to succeed?
So, what that seems like to me, and we're going to get into this, is Michael Jordan is gone. I'm the man now. This is my time. This is my moment to shine. You took that moment away from me by drawing up a play for a rookie. Yes, we understand he's probably the better shooter, but this is my moment. Give me that opportunity. So, with that being said, we're gonna pass. I know AJ's hot right now. We're gonna let him go.
Let him cook.
We're gonna let him cook right now. What you got to say about that?
This was I go back to talking to Wayne. This is coaching. He knew they was keying on Pippen the whole time. Mm-hmm. He knew this, and he knew Kukoc was a better set shooter, and it was a 3. And he knew he was gonna pop wide open. He was thinking about the game. He think about winning the game, and he did.
He had also hit a few game winners in the season.
Scottie Pippen got into his ego, understandably, but you cry like a baby at the biggest moment, and you talking about one time. Okay, like I say, put your big boy drawers on. Go prove the man wrong. Prove that you can shoot. Prove you can make a big play.
You gotta give him an opportunity.
It wasn't time for that. We going for the game win.
Well, how do I know you can do it if I don't put you in that situation?
We going for the sure thing. We can experiment later. We going for the sure thing. Sometimes the ball don't roll your way, but you got to get it and still make it do what it do.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now.
Okay.
I'm about to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
I'm finna ask you. So let's go back to the Kobe Lakers, right? When it was just Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would Phil Jackson not draw that player for Kobe?
Not necessarily.
If they've been keying on Kobe the whole game.
Not necessarily.
Right? If they've been keying on Kobe the whole game, Kobe been playing like an MVP all season, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the best late game shooter, best set shooter, let's give it to
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher. Yeah, whoever. I'm trying to give a player.
Then it would be no
Derek
doubt
Fisher.
in my mind. Derek Fisher Kobe would come off a screen and draw all the defenders and throw it to Derek Fisher.
Kobe Bryant's getting that ball.
Kobe Bryant doing that?
Kobe
Bean Bryant.
Time out. You said when he dropped the play, will Kobe pass it to Derek? That's a different question.
But if the play set up
If
for
the
Derek,
play set up for him, I
Kobe
mean,
not getting the
Kobe
ball
ain't even
too.
touching the ball.
No, you said if Kobe getting all the heat.
If Kobe getting all the heat, like you just said, so the reason
Just like when Jordan got all the heat.
So look, this
and
the
he
thing.
and he
So
made
the play
that
was set
perfect
up-
dish to who?
So the play. All right. So let me get some context. So
Now,
the
did
play,
Kobe make
the
some
original
perfect
play?
dishes?
The original play that was drawn up was for Scottie Pippen to inbound the ball.
Right.
Okay. So let's put Kobe in that situation. If they in the huddle and he telling Kobe, "Hey, this ain't your play.
You gonna
This
inbound
play,
the ball?
you gonna inbound the ball, and you giving it to Derek Fisher. You think Kobe ain't gonna say the same stuff?
He probably would have been butthurt. He was butthurt a lot. Well, let's be honest. Kobe was butthurt. Kobe
not even letting that happen, bro.
But Phil checked him, didn't he? He checked him live. He said your ego is big and selfish. Didn't he tell Kobe this? Live.
I don't remember that.
Okay, you might want to go back and read back.
I don't remember that.
When he was doing what he was doing, coaching, he can't treat Kobe like Scottie because they two different people.
Yeah.
But at the same token, well, let's just say Kobe a better scorer than Scottie.
No doubt.
Even a better shooter.
No doubt. But
at
I'm
the
giving
same,
the same scenario.
But at the same token, if this was the same thing, ain't a doubt in my mind Phil would have called it and told him to do that. If not, he been on the bench. Point blank. The win bigger than it being your ego.
I just don't know if they would have did that. I just
Didn't he call a play for Jordan to penetrate and dish?
So here's the
no.
deal.
They called the play for Jordan
To
and they
penetrate
said if he
and
got
dish.
doubled. Then hey, if I get doubled,
Yeah.
but if Jordan don't get doubled, that's a basket for Jordan.
Right, but he got double like he
But
explained, right?
that's different though. They called that play for Jordan. This play was not called for Pippen. He told him to take the ball out. That means you as far away from the play as you could possibly be without being on the bench.
He was the best player to handle the ball at that point, wasn't he?
You ain't handling the ball, taking it out.
Who else you gonna put in there? B.J. Armstrong to throw the
It
ball
don't matter.
in? Who you gonna put in there?
That's
Who you gonna put in
that's
there?
beside the
Your
point.
best player or B.J.
That's
Armstrong?
beside the point. His argument is
and the ball was going to the hoop.
that's beside the point, AJ. His argument is I should have got the ball to take the shot.
I'm like,
and I
Judge.
get his point. Now I don't agree with calling Phil Jackson a racist, but I do
He
get
not
his
a
point. Hey
racist.
man, this is my one point. This is my one time. Like I'm clearly the best player on the team. I don't care. I don't care if Joe's shooting better than me right now. I don't care if Joe's shooting the 3 ball. If I'm averaging 30 and I'm the best player on the team, give me the doggone ball.
I know that's how you feel, but guess what, Wayne? We trying to get this win. You gonna have to wait.
And if the ball not in the best player
You gonna have to
hands,
wait.
if we in position to win, you want the. You a coach. You just said you was a coach,
It
right?
was in the best player's hand.
No,
He
it's
threw the
not.
ball. He threw the
No,
ball.
it's not.
Scottie Pippen threw the ball, inbounded the ball to the best shooter. In the story in the game one.
I'll say this.
Understood.
I'll say this because we have to move on. So I'll say this. Michael Jordan is not inbounding anybody's basketball at that point.
Soon as Phil would have drew that play up.
I'm just being honest. He's not inbounding anybody's basketball. Let's put that out there on him. Kobe Bean Bryant is not inbounding anybody's basketball. Shaq.
LeBron
knowing he can shoot.
LeBron James told Ty Lue in the huddle, "No, I'm shooting it."
I would hope so.
So you ain't mad at that, but you telling Scottie he
I would
should
hope
have
so. So we gonna have Ty Lue shoot.
No, he told
ain't
Ty
even
Lue was the
average.
coach. He told Ty Lue was the coach, but the play was drawn up for Kyrie, and he told him, "No, I'm shooting it."
Now, I will say this about the racist comments that Scottie made about Phil. It's subjective because at the end of the day, none of us know Phil
Nobody
Jackson.
really knows, yeah.
We don't know anything. I will say this. There was context that was brought up when it came to that statement about Phil making comments about LeBron and Rich Paul and a lot of his other friends. He referred to them as his posse. And a lot of people brought that up way back when as that wasn't cool for Phil to say. They directed that as
posse?
Hey, the word posse, in a way, you can look at that as being like
That's Phil's slang back then.
Yeah, bro.
That's their slang back then. They was you rolling with the posse.
It was
Yeah.
the way
We
it was
gotta
the
get
way
out of
that
that.
it was used.
You act like Phil was gonna roll up. Hey, LeBron, you and your clique, dog.
But it wasn't used. It wasn't used that way.
Ah, man, come on,
what
man.
My point is, it wasn't used that way.
But
it was used in a
I think
derogatory way.
I think maybe I need to hear that because I
think
don't know how you
I
use
think they
it.
took
Yeah.
it as that.
No, it was actually, if you read, it was used as a derogative way.
I
So
think
I mean, that was something that people. It was enough. It brought enough flame to it for people to actually say, "Hey, look, maybe there's something here." So I'm not gonna say that Phil is racist or he isn't. But at the end of the day, you know, that's how Scottie felt. You know, so that's all we can go off of right now. Everybody has their own opinions of Phil Jackson and what they feel. So, I mean, it just is what it is. But hey, comment down below if you feel Phil Jackson is racist or not.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
I doubt it.
So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna switch to a completely different topic right now. Hey, this is actually fresh off the press, hot today.
Mm-hmm.
Your girl, Sha'Carri Richardson,
man.
She's not gonna be with us, man, in the Olympics, man. Sad, very disappointed. We definitely wanted to see her.
Well, hold on. She won't run the 100.
Yeah, she won't run the 100.
She's eligible for the relay teams.
Yeah, most
but
definitely.
she won't run the race that everybody pretty much wants to see her run.
Exactly.
That we feel like that she's a shoe-in to win the gold.
Exactly.
So she won't be able to run that because of the 30-day suspension. But she is eligible for the relays. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if she's appealing it. We can look into that if she's.
I don't think she appealed it.
She's not gonna appeal it.
No, I think the young lady has owned up to her mistake.
Yeah.
She was actually, if anybody doesn't know, what she was actually done was she was caught with a banned substance, marijuana, in her system. She failed the test, so that's why she has a 30-day suspension. So that we actually have a clip that we're gonna play right now of her explaining everything. So let's do it.
Honestly, I want to take responsibility for my actions. I know what I did. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm allowed not to do, and I still made that decision. But not making an excuse or looking for any empathy in my case, but just however being in that position of my life, finding out something like that. Something that I would say is probably one of the biggest things that have impacted me positively and negatively in my life when it comes to dealing with the relationship I have with my mother. So that definitely was a very heavy topic on me, and people don't understand what it's like to have to, or people do. We all have our different struggles. We all have our different things we deal with. But to put on a face, to have to go in front of the world and put on a face and hide my pain. Like I don't know, who are you or who am I to tell you how to cope?
So basically what I got from that is, and I'll tell the whole world this, the young lady has taken accountability and responsibility for her actions.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need anybody to make excuses for her at this point in time. She knows what she did. She understands what she did. You know, everybody grieves differently. So it just is what it is on that situation. She'll bounce back. Right now, we don't need for anybody to give her any type of excuses or flack about it. At the same time, what we need to do is we need to rally behind the young lady and, you know, give her support when
the same way we rallied behind her when she was winning races. Mm-hmm. We need to stand behind our black women when they make a mistake and they own up to it. She took accountability. All right, she knows she made a mistake. First of all, this young lady is 21 years old. Mm-hmm. She just lost her biological mother. All right. I'm not telling anyone how to cope with anything. All right. I'm not saying that you should use recreational drugs as a form of coping. I'm not endorsing that in any kind of way. Mm-hmm. But we don't know what this young lady's dealing with. We don't know what anybody's dealing with. All right. The one thing that social media and the media in the whole lacks as a whole they lack is empathy. They lack that. I mean,
but I go back to
10th degree.
I go back to it. What you said about about what she coping with,
right?
And they like that's mental illness. You never know. She probably could have been thinking about ending it all.
Yeah,
you never know.
I mean, and we don't know.
And she, what is she? 21.
21.
She just a baby.
Right.
She's a student athlete. So she got to go to school.
Exactly.
And then she got to come back and perform
to keep
her scholarship. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot on a child, a baby. Mm-hmm. I don't know what a father is, but I'm quite sure when you're in school, you know, you see your teammates, you see your classmates, but then when you go turn them lights off by yourself,
you alone.
You're alone.
You by yourself, man. And you alone with your own thoughts.
You're not calling mama because she's dad, obviously, and daddy give you a bread of the stick. Daddy different from mama.
Right.
Totally different. So it's a lot to cope with. Yeah. So I think it ain't no thing to be hard on her. I think at the end, since she get all this criticism, I think she gonna come back like Michael Johnson did back in '96.
Oh, win that thing,
yeah.
Double it
I
up.
think she gonna come back like Michael Johnson.
Can we get on the NCAA though and how them get with the times, bro? The MLB has gotten with it, the NBA has gotten with it, and the NFL is softening it. Like, let's get with the not testing for marijuana, bro. Can we get on it? First of all, and I understand it as, you know, she was in a state where it's legal because she was in Oregon when she did it. All right, so it's legal in Oregon, but the fact of the matter is, it's just like at your job. It's like, oh, if it's legal in your state, but your job don't allow it, then you can still get in trouble for it. I'm with that. I understand that. But the fact of the matter is, if you know you're dealing with states that have legalized it, you should probably soften your rules, soften up your laws on it. That's how that's my personal opinion on it. I feel like you should not be tested for that because, one, we're progressing in this world. That's one. Two, that the rules have changed and they've softened a lot, where it's kind of an old school, you're not getting with the times type thing. Whereas if you still got it where, oh, you getting tested for this and I'm suspending you for this and all this kind of stuff, it's unnecessary now. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, with everything that's going on, especially with COVID, just technically not even still in it, but I mean, especially with COVID, a lot of people are self-medicating. And like I said from the beginning, I'm not advocating for it, I'm not campaigning for it, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, and it's a lot they dealing with it, bro. Like,
but this is IOC rules, right? This is IOC rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not U.S. and track. This is IOC rules, right? The Olympic Committee.
Yeah, it's Olympic rules.
Yeah,
it's Olympic rules. But this the thing. I mean, still, the world is progressing, and if you can see other professional sports have softened their rules.
Marijuana, yeah.
Why would you not?
I agree with that.
Why would you not get with that?
I agree with that, but you got to
That's the real issue to me.
I agree with that, but you got to understand, you're American, and you're black,
and you're a woman,
Ain't nobody gonna have sympathy for you if you mess up. That's a dream come true. Now you got all these folks from all these other countries saying, "Oh, we got a chance to get the gold."
I love that she's holding herself
they not, but
most definitely.
But at the end of the day, I think this gonna make her stronger.
Oh, it will, most definitely.
I think she gonna come back 4 years from now and kill everything like Michael Johnson did. I think Nike need to go ahead and get her contract with the gold shoe.
In the words of my boy M.A., he had me rolling today. He say, if it ain't crack, let the girl run track.
Let the girl run track. Let her run track, man. For real.
And be clear, marijuana is not a drug that's helping you in track. It's cutting your wind off, if anything.
It's not a performance-enhancing drug, which further proves my point.
Make you lazier, if anything.
It's not even been tested. Yeah, I seen somebody say, it said the fact that she smoked marijuana and still ran a 10.7 is the most impressive part about it. Man, you thought she'd ran 11 when she smoked. You like, I ain't feeling it today. Nah, she ran faster.
So with that being said, man, again, love you, Sha'Carri. Hope you bounce back, baby girl.
Don't worry.
We know you're gonna bounce back.
She gonna get that goal. She gonna get that goal in that 4x1.
She's still young.
She gonna get that goal in that 4x1.
And the beauty of this year's Olympics is you don't gotta wait 4 years this year. You only gotta wait 3. So that's the beauty of it.
Let's get it.
So she really gonna be hungry.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to another queen. All right, we're gonna talk about Serena Williams, man. Been watching Serena. I remember getting Sports Illustrated books when I was a little kid, and looking at the Williams sisters. Both of them, Venus and Serena. But we definitely want to speak about Serena right now because at this point in time, she just withdrew from Wimbledon during her match in the first round due to an apparent ankle injury that she had. So what we want to do right now, really briefly, we want to talk about Serena's success over the years, her accomplishments. We want to give her flowers at this point in time. So Wayne, we're going to start off with you. How do you feel about Serena's legacy over the long time?
First off, Serena is top 5 greatest athlete of all time in my book.
Ooh, shit. Let's get it.
Man or woman.
Let's get it.
She's top 5 greatest athlete of all time. Like, with her accomplishments, with the odds that she defeated, with what she's still doing today. Yeah, she's a superhuman.
She definitely that.
Yeah, she's a superhuman.
She definitely
she's a superhuman. I mean, like if we just let's look at her accomplishments, bro. Like, let's see, she's got the most Grand Slams, 23. All right, she's the only player to win 3 different Grand Slams 6 times. All right,
She had more wins.
The only what she got? The most aces. Her ace game.
She had more wins than any woman.
Her ace game. I don't know if anybody is better at getting aces than Serena. Like she's been ranked number 1 the most consecutive weeks, 186. Once upon a time in her career, she's the oldest player to win a Grand Slam. She's the oldest player to be ranked number 1. Like, let's give this lady her flowers, man. Like, and she had a baby, and she still kept competing.
We gonna clap,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we gonna get finger snaps like we had a poet, like we had a poetry lounge. Because the things that she do on the court and on the clay and in the grass is basically poetry.
But the most important thing you got to do is how long she did it.
The longevity. They started it with.
They started out at 16. I want to say
16. Yeah.
Her and her sister started at 16. She's now what 39, 40.
Yeah,
she's 39, 40. That's a long years.
A long time, man.
And
that's Tom Brady's career.
So
we gotta call it. If we gonna call Tom Brady to go with the same longevity of a career, we gotta get the same. We gotta give it to Serena. We gotta give it to her. Unfortunately, the injury did hurt her, so you had to drop out in the first round. I don't know if she was really.
She been getting a lot of injuries in the last past of her life.
I feel like after the baby, she kind of had a lot of injuries, and her age is getting to. Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah, okay? you can't.
Father Time
beat
is undefeated, so we gotta. We gotta throw that into the account. I mean, it's a lot of guys that are getting older, and you can see them starting to slow down a little bit. And plus, if we be honest, tennis is a young man.
It's a young woman's game.
You know what I'm saying? So
this is wear and tear on the knees and ankles.
It will, but I'm gonna continue to give Serena her flowers, man. I think she's one of the greatest. I'm not sure if she's put a bid in for the Olympics. I'm not sure if the injury has hindered it, but I'm rooting for her. I root for whatever else she has left in her career. I root for great success, and whatever she does afterwards, I root. Listen, like I said, Serena to me,
I think she's
top 5.
I think she's out of the Olympics, but her sister Venus will be there, one shape, form, or the other. I don't know if she's gonna play the doubles. Or if she's gonna go singles. She could do both.
Yeah, they usually play doubles together though.
Yeah. That's my point. That was my point because normally they have their own. They do that sister thing and kill, but that's another thing. She's another tennis player that got more doubles.
Does Serena have? Do we have that? Do we have how many gold medals she has? I thought that would have been on there.
I don't know how many gold medals, but I think she got 23 majors.
Yeah, she got 23 majors.
And if she had got to 24, that would have been a record for.
So you got 4 gold medals.
Most ever majors for anybody, any tennis person.
Bro, she's a GOAT, bro. She got 4 gold medals, bro. 23 majors.
Yes. She got more wins than she got more wins
and 1 in singles.
I think she got more wins than any tennis player in history.
Yeah, bro, she'll go, bro. Like game set match.
It's stamped. It's stamped. Who's the beast in that tennis? Yeah. And I put over most men.
I mean, just think about the impact she's making in the sport. Think about how many little girls are now playing tennis because of her. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, Naomi Osaka grew up watching Serena Williams.
Well, let's just say 90% of tennis grew up watching.
I guarantee you, what's my girl? I guarantee you, Sloane Stevens.
Steffi Graf.
Steffi Graf is a little older than her.
No, Golf.
Graf. I thought it was Graf.
Golf.
The younger one.
The younger girl.
I'm talking about. I like Sloane Stevens too, though. I feel like they all grew up watching Serena. She kind of favors Serena the way she plays too. So
well, let's not forget that all these butt injections, just gonna put it out there. All these fake booty surgeries.
You like the natural one, huh?
They was envious of Serena.
They was envious of
and it still ain't there, man. It's ugly.
Every black barbershop in America had
about
that picture when she was in that cat suit.
In that black cat suit.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this here.
I mean, Jamie Foxx even wrote a song about it.
Y'all think I'm
and a remix.
Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm playing. You remember years ago? Y'all probably don't remember. When I was in school, they see the girls walk around in the tight volleyball suits, and they be like, "Oh, look at the big booties. That's just not." Now look at them now. They got fake lips and got a Serena booty. Come on, man. It's Serena did that.
Serena did. Hey. Hashtag Serena did that.
Serena did that.
Let's do it.
She had to
put that on the shirt.
Gluteus maximus for life.
Have a shirt. Serena did that.
Gluteus maximus for life.
Yo,
and it's real, 100%. It ain't fake. God give it.
So we'll wrap.
God give it.
God give it.
Lord.
So we're gonna wrap
Pray
this up,
for
man.
And He never take it away.
Pray for
love you, Serena. Queen, get better. We love you, man. Continue to do what you do. Continue to be the queen that you are and dominate. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We'll come back. We're gonna hop into this baseball bag one time. Let's get it.
Go Stros.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready.
Yo, yes sir, what it is. Welcome back to Clutching Around Sports Talk, brought to you by In the Clutch Entertainment. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and speed past baseball right now because we want to talk about something a little bit more important, which is now these guys, it's in the NCAA in college, get to make money off of their likeness. All right.
Their name,
their
image, and their likeness.
So this is something we've been waiting on for quite some time right now. We've wanted this for the players. The players have wanted this. The parents have wanted this. So what we're going to do right now, we want to get into it. I want to start off with AJ and get his opinion on how he feels about this.
I think it's a great move. I think it should have been done. Well overdone. Mm-hmm. This is a great move. You know why? Because these schools make billions, literally, off of selling just apparel.
Yep.
Just apparel.
Mm-hmm.
With these kids' numbers and names on it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, hey, give them something because it ain't guaranteed that they going to go pro, is it?
No.
A bad injury, what that does? You'll never play.
It ain't just a bad injury. Not just a bad injury, one bad incident, a bad grade, anything. And now all of a sudden you no longer on the team. You can't make money. Or you may have jeopardized your career.
Good lie too.
Yeah, a good lie. You're right. A good lie can mess you up.
A good lie got a lot of jokers blackballed.
A lie don't care who tell it. So, but this is all this is true. But I want to go back to the athletes that I'm just thinking about. If this would have happened 15 years ago, man, I'm just thinking about the athletes that this could have helped.
Your boy Ricky Williams will be a billionaire now.
Let's go further than Ricky. Let's think about Reggie Bush. And how his likeness and his image and how people were trying to endorse him before he became an NFL athlete, and how he lost his Heisman because of this.
And guess what else it does? It cuts the loan sharks out, doesn't it? You don't have to go to them to get no money, do you?
It's cutting out the middleman.
It cutting them out.
It's cutting out the middleman.
You don't have to. Alumni dogs.
I love it because you can monetize yourself. You can monetize your name starting in high school.
Yeah.
Facts.
You start, you build a brand in high school.
I think Master P's son already signed $2 million.
$2 million. 19 years old.
$2 million at a black college too, right?
Hey, shout out to HBCUs.
Think about what this would have done for Mike Vick.
Ooh.
Think about what this would have done for Zion Williamson.
Ooh.
Just a year ago.
Just one. Yeah.
And
he stayed 1 year in college, bro. Think about what they would have done for him.
We talking about that big money, man. That big money.
I'm just thinking about all that, bro. It's just I'm as a coach, as a mentor of younger kids, I am extremely happy about this because our organization had been, like preaching this to our kids to, hey, build your brand because things like this will come. Like the world, like I said, the world is changing, the sports world is changing. So things like this are very important.
Well, Dabo ain't happy. Dabo Swinney ain't happy, but who cares?
Dabo ain't happy. Dabo ain't worried about. Dabo got a good little paycheck. Yeah. Dabo ain't tripping at all, man. Trust me. Him, Nick Saban, they not worried about them big coaches like that. They not worried about Sarkisian. Over there at UT, they not. Trust me, they not.
Checks.
They getting their checks.
They got commas.
Kirby Smart over there at Georgia.
They getting commas.
They all good, man. Trust me, they not worried about them. They think that this might be better for their players because that brings more popularity to their teams. If you want to be honest.
To be honest,
it's a recruit tool as well.
It's a recruit tool because you can tell guys when you come into their living room, you can tell them now, hey, we got guys that are making money in college like that.
Say, boy, you in the hood right now. You sign with me, it's $2 million, and your mama in an instant suburb.
Hey, and that's without even having to go to the league.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Here's the thing people not talking about too. Now you can focus also on an education because you don't necessarily have to go to the league to get that bread now and get your mama about the hood.
I never thought about that, Joe.
You can actually
Wise
now
man,
You can
Joe.
finish your school.
you can finish your school and
Wise
get
man,
your
Joe.
You don't
education.
now we don't got to worry about them one and done guys.
Hey, with those $2 million,
Because that's a lot of the reason that they were jumping into the league.
yeah,
Right?
well, with $2 million, you can put the whole family in college.
Why do you think Jadavion Connie's last season at South Carolina, he kind of just rode the wave.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been drafted the year before, number one, but he rode that wave because he needed to be there for another year. He wasn't eligible to get drafted, and he was like, "I'm gonna ride the wave."
He wasn't the only one, but
This is very true, but I'm going the most recent. Most recent I can think of was Jadavion Clowney as a number 1 overall pick. He made his money the year before that. That big hit that everybody thinks Jadavion Clowney was gonna be a top pick on was the year before he got drafted.
Yeah,
you know. So I think that's big for kids, man. I'm a big advocate on that, man.
I say crown them, don't down them.
Let's get it. So, all right, man. Yeah, we love what's going on. We're actually going to speak about this a little bit more as episodes come because we're going to have more players coming out, you know, that are going to be getting endorsements. So we're going to talk about that as the episodes come. Now, we get into the last part of the show. Cast your picks. This week is going to be crazy because we're going to be talking about super teams, right? So, first and foremost, the first question is, which team would you classify more as a super team? Here it is. The 2017-18 Golden State Warriors or the 2012-2013 Miami Heat. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and pass this off to Wayne to start it off. Let's get it.
Well, it all depends on what you define as a super team. Because if you define a team that just has 3 or more great players that can go get their own bucket, then that's a super team. If you want to just base it off of that statement right there, 3 or more great players or really good players that can create their own shot. If you want to call that a super team, then both of these teams are super teams. But I don't consider the Warriors, the 2017-2018 team. Well, actually, I do consider them super team because they went and got KD. But the team before that was everybody on that team was drafted by Golden State. Steph Curry was drafted by Golden State. Klay Thompson was drafted. Draymond was drafted. You know, even Harrison Barnes before he got a big contract to go to Dallas. Right. Now he's with Sacramento. But before he got that big contract with Dallas, they drafted him. You know what I'm saying? So they built their team. As far as the Miami Heat, the only original guy was Dwayne Wade. They went in free agency. They went and got Chris Bosh. They went and got LeBron James. They added, you know, guys like Ray Allen the next season. They added guys like
Mighty Mouse.
They added guys like you know, Birdman, Anderson, and all these guys like that. And you know, they added Rashard Lewis and all these guys.
Only person they really on that team drafted was Haslam.
Yeah, UD. And he was drafted the same year as
That's the only person they really drafted.
He was drafted. Well, he was undrafted. Actually.
The rest of them was acquisitions.
He actually wasn't drafted.
But however, to me, I can't get mad at Golden State for getting Klay Thompson and Steph. A lot of people didn't see that in Klay Thompson and Steph. They manifested it into heck of a players. But yes, that was a super team, and yes, Miami was a super team. They both super teams in their own right, different styles.
That's what I'm saying.
One was a runner gunner. The other one had shooters, methodical big men.
But that was style.
Yeah, but it's still a super team.
See, that's the thing. So we need to first establish what's your definition of a super team.
If you got 3 marquee players who currently can go and be franchise players with the other team,
okay,
yet they join forces, I'm gonna call you a super team.
Okay, but are they a super team if they were all drafted and developed into that, or are you saying they're a super team even or just because they all joined forces?
No,
because that's why I can't consider.
If you join forces, you're a super team. Golden State just so happens to draft them 2 dudes and they manifested it, and then here comes KD.
So you still think
the regulator?
So before KD though, do you still think that's super team?
No.
So when they got with KD,
they had two primary scorers. Draymond got $80 million. I mean, I don't even know why you get Draymond $80 million because
So you feel like you can build a super team?
You give me $80 million?
Yeah, for real.
I can do what Draymond do.
So you feel like you can build a super team different ways? Is what you're saying? Huh? You feel like you can build a super team
either way? It's not the. How many people was out there taking Klay Thompson, was he taken in the first round?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What pick was he though?
Klay Thompson, I don't know.
He was on the bottom of the list, wasn't he?
Nah, I don't know.
He didn't go. He didn't go in the top 10. He didn't go in the top 10,
I
did he?
don't know. We can look it up though, but I believe.
But anyway, didn't nobody see Klay? I didn't even remember Klay Thompson's name on the ballots when they was ringing out. Be honest with you,
Yeah.
I would just start watching them and say, well, who this boy is? Oh, that's his daddy Thompson. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
This kid is fire. And you can argue that he can shoot better than Steph at that because he got that 6'7" frame.
Right.
But hey,
Actually,
it is what it
is.
is.
He barely got out of it. He's 11 pick. He was the 11th pick in the first round.
Right.
It's not barely. He barely made,
He
barely
was
made the lottery.
Barely made
the lottery pick.
Yeah, because that wasn't no. That wasn't
might be
no,
where he went. That might be why he wears number.
That wasn't no star-studded draft now.
So,
But they had their
2011 draft.
Kyrie.
Kyrie's the number one pick.
They had their players, but he had Steph. But it wasn't like LeBron and them draft 2003 where they were just loaded.
That's a historic draft.
I mean, that's a
It
historic
wasn't
draft.
like Michael Jordan draft when they was just loaded from
Yeah.
top to bottom.
They like the '96 draft.
But again,
84, 96,
96,
and 2003.
But again, I didn't see Steph coming. Most people thought Kyrie would whiff. Be honest.
No.
Most people say, the Duke trauma, he's gonna whiff.
It's not that people thought he was gonna whiff. Nobody knew because he only played like 11 games in college. So nobody knew. It was a wild card pick. It was like,
He come off the injury.
They drafted him off potential.
He come off the injury. He played some solid games, and they was like, oh, well, he going to be like Duke, the rest of Duke players, like Bobby Hurley, and so on and so on. He's going to whip.
All the way back.
Be honest. Be honest.
Let's stay on topic, though.
Be honest. Well,
Let's stay on topic, though.
So who you feel like who was more classified as super team? You're saying Miami Heat more classified as super team because of the fact that you have three guys who could potentially be franchise players for other teams joining forces, as opposed to Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and Stephen Curry being, drafted there. But if we're talking about the 2017-18 Warriors, KD then makes them a super team.
Mm-hmm. KD makes them a super team.
So which one is more classified at that point?
At that point,
because now you have four.
At that point, who was the fourth?
Well, Draymond
ain't no.
Draymond is still part of it.
Draymond is still part of it.
Come on, wow.
Draymond is still part of it.
He's a part of the super team.
Draymond. Man, I know dudes. We can go outside and pop one dudes and beat Draymond 1-on-1. Come on, man. You gonna get Draymond? Come on,
Draymond
man.
out here getting them triple singles.
Triple singles.
He play hard. He's a good acquisition for the Warriors. But let's not crown him like he's out there Dennis Rodman and Charles Oakley and
2-time defensive player of the year, man.
That's overrated.
3-time champ.
Let's not give him too much. Let's not give him too much bones.
All defense.
Basically, he's getting his $80 million off of those other two guys, right?
Hey, look, I'm just be honest. 2016 finals, Draymond was putting it on.
Let's be honest. You seen what he did when he was dribbling the ball. Or shouldn't have been dribbling the ball. He got a little too cocky when he signed that $80 million. And you seen what really happened. He's shooting these old duck threes. Come on, man.
Hey, man. I'm with you. I'm with you.
He ain't no
with you
fool.
on it. Sometimes Draymond step out of his comfort zone. He do a little too much. But we gotta put some respect on Draymond.
He is the
Green,
engine.
Man, he ain't even Bill Lambill.
He is the engine for that team. He's the engine for that team, man.
So you saying Draymond can go out and
we
lead
said.
a team
No,
somewhere?
that's not what we said.
Well, he ain't the engine then.
No.
Man, he the accessory. He the rim.
Nah,
he the big rim that you don't need. Instead of 22, you got a 30. That's what he is. And he all that
So you saying Draymond got you out here walking with a boot?
Man, I leave Draymond off the bus if it was me. I just can't stand to see the ugly fella. I just don't like him. He get too much. He get too
get
much.
us put off the air.
Man, we not gonna give him too much flack, man.
Dre gonna say this here.
I could kill that. We ain't gonna give him too much flack, man.
Why you doing my boy?
It ain't like 30 years from now you gonna tell your son, hey son, you see how Draymond rebound?
No. I'm gonna stop you right now. I'm gonna stop you right now because let me tell you right now. You know why I'm gonna stop you right now on that? Because y'all still talk about Dennis Rodman.
That's different.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What's the difference? How many points can Dennis Rodman give you in the game? You be lucky that he gets 6.
Hey, but look, Dennis had his points.
He's trying to make the point now.
Dennis had his points where he put up 10 points. That's okay for Dennis.
10
That's
points.
okay. He got 10.
We talking about Dennis putting up 10 points. 2016 in that 7-game series in the NBA
I tell you this here.
If the Cavaliers don't
I
win that
tell you this
series
here.
and the Warriors pull that series out, Draymond Green is the Finals MVP.
Quit with the ifs and all that.
I'm telling you the truth.
Let's get to the point.
We get to the point. Okay, let's get to the point. Draymond's a 2-time defensive player.
Dennis Rodman's IQ is better in basketball than Draymond. Dennis Rodman ain't gonna
That's
go.
debatable.
That ain't no debatable. You ain't gonna see.
debatable.
You ain't gonna see Dennis bring no ball up the close and try to dribble between two guards. You ain't gonna see this. Hey, his IQ, but he ain't gonna. Dennis Rodman ain't have no high turnover rate.
First of all, let me.
Dennis Rodman understood.
I'm a Rockets fan.
My game plan is
I
to
can't
get there
even-
and dog
can't
and get them boards.
I'm a Rockets fan. I don't even know why I didn't got into debating Draymond, trying to defend Draymond. But
Don't. He ugly. It's just not it, man. I'll give it to him. Man, come on, man. His game ugly. Man, he get all his praises from Steph and Clay. Ain't nobody really care about Draymond. And we got to keep Draymond off the board. Nobody worry about Draymond on the boards. They shooting 3-pointers. That's why he on the board.
Hey, look, we believe in bringing in receipts on this show. So when the Warriors come back and get Clay healthy next year, we're going to see just how important.
I can't believe my ears.
Okay, Clay was out this year. What Draymond do?
Draymond is
Draymond ain't do nothing but run down the floor and look like he normally do, like Dracula. Man, get out of here. They ain't giving me all these. Draymond a fourth. Man, y'all done lost y'all mind out here. Man, go give me some scotch. I got to get a drink out.
I'm going to need a drink, man.
Draymond. I can't go with no Draymond.
This man got everybody.
I don't even want to ride in the car on my bus. No. Oh, no.
Hey, man, I need to understand, if you've got this energy with Draymond, how do you not have this energy with Dennis Rodman?
Because Dennis Rodman was getting 20 boards. He was holding 7-footers. He was holding 7-footers. He was biting people.
In the 90s.
Because Dennis Rodman played in the 90s.
He had Alonzo. No, it's not. I like the fight of the dog. He had Alonzo. He had Alonzo.
So you said Draymond ain't got no fight?
What he was doing? He was kicking folks in the knees. What that mean? Come on, Dennis wasn't even kicking people in the knees.
You're right. Dennis was on the bad boy pisses, knocking boys off the boards.
Hey, that did that. But come on, that was different era.
How we gonna be cool with that, but not cool with Draymond?
Because that's what you had to do in that era. You had to be a wolf. And Draymond ain't no wolf.
Okay, so
He's a chill pet.
Now we getting down to the bottom of it.
Come on, man.
Now we getting down to the bottom of it. You're only saying this because Dennis was in the 90s.
No, I'm not. Dennis couldn't play in these days. You know why? Because Dennis don't have no skill set. Dennis not gonna shoot no 3-pointer. He play his game. I'm gonna duck to the basket, dunk. I'm gonna lay it up. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it to Clay. That's his game.
You know his skill set. He has a lot less skill sets than Draymond does. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
So what we talking about?
He ain't gonna turn the ball over when you need him not to. That's the problem.
You know why? Because they ain't gonna give it to him.
He ain't gonna do nothing stupid. If he come out on the high and pick and he wide open for a 3, they throw the ball. You know what he gonna do? He gonna catch and reset the offense. Draymond might shoot the 3, and we don't need him to do that. We don't need Draymond to shoot that 3 in no critical junction.
I need you to get with the time.
So here's what we gonna do.
Go hide him in the locker room then.
Here's
That's what you do. Hide that old
We
Draymond.
can revisit this because the super team argument can, literally go on forever.
We didn't even get to the Heat.
We didn't even get to the Heat. So we're gonna actually carry this over possibly into the next episode or episodes moving forward. So anyway, our time is up. What we want you to do is we want you to comment any topics that we talked about. We want you to comment. We want you to give us feedback on topics that you would like for us to talk about. And we definitely want to hear what you have to say about Draymond. Please.
I want everybody to give me a thumbs up if you don't like Draymond and you think he's just an accessory. He's just a 30-inch rim. You could have got 22, but you got 30. You wasted your money.
You got bigger rims.
I ain't want to ride big. I don't want to ride big.
Again, appreciate you guys for the 1K. We finna get 100. Let's go ahead. Let's roll with it. All right. Love y'all. This is Clutching Around Sports Talk. Love y'all. Peace.
That boy said Draymond.